Mornings like these are why I fell in love with this lifestyle. The stillness, the simplicity, just me, my line, and the promise of the day ahead. But as perfect as this moment feels, life has a way of reminding you nothing lasts forever. Turns out today is just about fishing. The fisheries team has arrived, bringing their science and gentle nudge for me to move on. Welcome back to another episode of Life with Spike, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day.
Well, guys, we're with Fisheries. We're going to be working this pool the next little bit. So when we're working this, please keep your lines in. Thank you very much.
So Fisheries is here. They kicked us out of that pool. They said they're going to work that pool. Yeah. Just wanted to talk about how amazing van life is and how I've been able to accomplish and do so many great things, and if it wasn't for van life, I wouldn't be able to do this. This is such an amazing experience. Living in a van, being able to travel and go places that you've never been before, or, do things that you've never done before or even thought of doing before. I never thought I'd be fishing for salmon, but here I am, fishing for salmon. All right, back to fishing. I found a little pool. Now that I'm looking at this footage, I realized I made a huge mistake. I let the fish go. As you can see, I let the tension of the line get loose so that I could reel it in, and he spat it out, or she spat it out. So I definitely lost that fish because of my own mistake. It's like I haven't caught a fish in so long, I almost forgot what I was supposed to do. Oh man. Now, when it comes to van life, it's not about where you travel, it's about who you become while traveling. Now, I would have never been able to do any of this if it wasn't for my van. It doesn't really matter exactly the details regarding how you get into a van or how much time you spend in the van. It's the fact that you get out in nature, you enjoy life, meet new people, you find new places, and you explore and adventure exactly how humans were intended to. We weren't meant to sit in a cubicle, behind a computer desk for 8 hours a day. We weren't meant to do the same thing over and over and over again. That's just so repetitive. Now, some people could get away with doing that, but not me. No way, man. I have this ADHD brain, and I'm constantly everywhere. I'm this way, that way, this way, that way. I didn't really think that I was going to get very far in life sitting in front of a computer. That part of my life is over. I'll enjoy a video game here and there. I might spend a week on a video game, but I'm not going to be spending years of my life playing video games anymore. No way, man. So this morning we got up, we went and did some fishing. The fishery, BC Fisheries is here. They took half the salmon. So I don't know if they're still up there taking more salmon, but they literally kicked us out of our little big pond that we were fishing in. They took a lot of the fish. We're going to throw the drone in the air, see if there's any left. If there is any left, maybe we'll go back up there. If not, we'll head down south, see if we can find a few more bites that we can get a fish on the hook. If not, I don't know what to say. I think we're pretty darn well close to the end of the season. A lot of these fish seem to be spawned out, or whatever, zombied out, I guess you could say. Which is kind of depressing, but that's all right. We'll move on. We can always try again next year, and we will go crazy next year. We'll put in a lot more time, especially in the places that we can actually catch fish a little bit more easier. These fish don't seem to be at all interested in what I'm throwing in the water. I don't know why, considering everybody else is catching fish, or they're snagging fish. I'm not too sure on that. The other great thing about being in a van is you are forced to be minimalist. meaning you don't have drawers full of random crap. You don't have cupboards full of stuff you'd never use. You're literally confined to a little tiny box. Whether you're in a small short van like I am, or whether you're in a high top van that's extended, you've got a lot more space in those kinds of vans. But this one, there's not very much space. So living minimalist is definitely amazing. It's something that everybody should do. Maybe not fully go crazy on the minimalist, but you can definitely downgrade, remove a lot of the stuff that you don't really need. The amazing thing about van life is I can go anywhere I want, go any place I want, camp anywhere I want, go fishing in any stream I want, river, what have you. You don't even know until you actually get out and start traveling or going to places. And once you get there, it's just like such an accomplishment. Once you realize like only a small percentage of people see areas outside their city or don't travel more than 2-3 hours outside of their town, and they're literally trapped inside this little bubble, and you don't even know what's outside of that bubble. But once you leave that bubble and you go and explore, like when I drove all the way to Ottawa in 2022, that was such an amazing experience. Meeting new people, meeting different cultures, running into Quebec and literally seeing no English anywhere, and going to gas stations and Tim Hortons and places like that where it's literally a French-speaking province is completely foreign to me. Going to the gas station, having to press English on the gas pump to see English on the gas pump is something new to me. I've never experienced that. Once you leave BC, you can also notice that they don't have pay at the pump, and you have to go inside to pay after you fill up. So you don't have to prepay at the gas pump. Like, blows my mind. Like, I thought that stuff was all phased out years ago. Like, everything in BC is pay at the pump or prepay. Otherwise, no gas for you. Otherwise, you get gas and you just run away, right? That's just a thing that they have here at BC. The one thing I did notice is pretty well the same is the people and the driving. So once you get to, say, Ontario, a lot of the highways out there are absolutely insane when it comes to speeding and driving. You know, when you got like 10 lanes of road to go down on the 401, oh, that's just crazy. But I had a blast regardless. It was such an amazing experience going out to Ottawa. And I would do it again and again and again, because now I get to go see further places or do things that I wouldn't have been able to do in my life ever if it wasn't for the fact that this van is going to take me there. I also went in the winter and it was pretty cold, so it would be nice to go in the summer or spring or fall, experience a little bit of different seasons instead of just winter, because it was pretty cold when it was down there. We're going to hang out here tonight, go fishing again probably tomorrow. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
I'm having to reel a lot because the current is pushing at it, but I can tell I'm bouncing.
Well, I didn't know that. Apparently you've got to do the little jerking. See, when I was looking at the guys doing that, I swear I thought they were just snagging fish on purpose, and I didn't realize that you're supposed to do the, like, jigging, the twitch or whatever, the twitch. Every time the jig goes down, hits the ground, you're supposed to jig it up, and then it drops down. So jigs up and up, down. So it kind of like does this like jumping motion in the water. And when it drops, that's when it actually attracts the fish, and then they attack and hit the jig. I had no idea. See, like, I'm still learning all this stuff, so I just spent like the last few hours just researching how to jig for fish, and also how to use beads, soft beads, hard beads, and all that fun stuff. So behind the scenes, I was just looking at how to fish jigs and spoons. And this also works for spoons as well. So we're going to try a few different techniques tomorrow. We've also got a few different spinners that we can also try as well that I haven't tried yet. I didn't realize some of them actually make a difference, and they're not all the same. I also spent a little bit of time going through my stuff. I was getting a little bit frustrated with my gear and how it was set up, so I was trying to figure out how to work my gear a little bit better. So what I came up with is a little piece of cardboard with 2 cuts on the sides. So basically I can wrap whatever it is I have around the cardboard, hook the hook in there. The knot is tucked into the cardboard, so this is actually nice and safe, nice and protected, and not all tangled up. So I did the same thing. I've got all my soft beads, my hard beads, and everything like that. I didn't buy any of these. This is all stuff I found, salvaged from fishing gear on the side of the beach or the side of the river and stuff like that. So I spent some time making beads. Some of these I'll probably end up having to rebuild, but I think these will work. I also did the same thing with my jigs. I got them all nice and wrapped, nice and neat, tied up in plastic baggies. That way they're not getting mixed up. And then I went ahead and reorganized my little salmon fly box. I've got a couple more jigs here. And then this, my Blue Fox spinner, I have never put this in the water yet. And this is supposed to make like a bell noise or whatever when it's in the water. This one also as well is supposed to act like a bug stealing a salmon egg, and it's supposed to piss the cohos off or piss the salmon off, so they think a bug is stealing a salmon egg. So we can try that one as well. I'm not sure what these ones are, but I've also got another spoon which I put a hook on. I've got a bigger spoon, and we've also got this massive spoon. I don't know if that's too big. I think I need one that's like slightly big. I think this is a 1 ounce, and I need like a 3/4 ounce or like a 14-gram spoon. So we'll give those a try. We've still got this guy on here. This is the one that I caught the fish on 2 days ago. And we've only got maybe a few more days left. I'm pretty sure this end of the salmon run here. We're gonna take a little break. We're gonna go back into the Okanagan. We're having a Christmas break here pretty soon. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.